The Dallas Cowboys are 2 weeks away and counting from beginning training camp. This means intense position battles are about to heat up in the coming weeks. One veteran was initially deemed a key offseason move, but now may be fighting for a roster spot. The Cowboys signed former Miami Dolphins starting left guard Robert Jones during NFL free agency in March 2025. This prompted plenty of speculation that Jones would slide into the same role in Big D. Less than 2 months later, the Cowboys made another move that not only puts his starting gig in doubt, but a potential roster spot as well. Cowboys wire suspects Jones is now fighting for a roster spot after the Cowboys selected Tyler Booker with the number 12 overall selection in the 2025 NFL Draft. The rookie is now the new favorite to start at right guard. This decision is very much under scrutiny as Dallas attempts to find the successor for star Zach Martin after the 9-time Pro Bowler retired. Let's dive into Jones' battle to carve out a role on the Cowboys' offense and make the final 53-man roster. Could the Cowboys cut ties with Robert Jones before the vet ever plays in Dallas? Cowboys Wire's Katie Drummond believes Jones will need to prove himself in training camp practices to solidify a roster spot. Even if Jones makes the roster, the veteran is unlikely to start as originally expected during NFL free agency. On the outside, it initially appeared Jones would be in competition with ERFA re-signing Brock Hoffman, giving him more money than any other free agent on offense, $3.75 million. But that was before Dallas spent the number 12 overall selection on Tyler Booker from Alabama. Drummond wrote in a July 6, 2025, story titled, "Cowboys pushed biggest offensive investment, $3.75 million, to side 1 month after signing." Now, Jones is in competition to be a game-day active backup, with outside training camp competition from fellow free agent signings Sadiq Charles and Hakeem Adeniji, neither of whom played in 2024. Jones' age indicates his best days are ahead of him, as do his small school background and the general notion that it takes a while for a mid-tier UDFA to acclimate himself to the league before he can reach his full potential. The Cowboys are predicted to keep 10 offensive linemen as part of the 53-man roster. The Athletic's John Machota projects 10 players will make the final roster at offensive line. The analyst has Jones and Nate Thomas among the final offensive linemen to make the 53-man roster. There are more questions with who will be the next 5 reserves. Machota detailed in a June 26 story titled, "Cowboys 53-man roster projection. 1 spot left open for player not on current roster." Dallas could go with only 9, but also as many as 11 here. The 5 reserves listed would give the Cowboys depth at all 5 positions. If we kept 11, TJ Bass would have been the next man up. If any shuffling was needed at one of the starting tackle spots, Tyler Smith would probably move outside. While it might seem like pulling teeth to get the Dallas Cowboys to take action when it comes to replenishing skill positions through the draft, free agency, or contract extensions, there should be no such frustration when it comes to the offense line. The Cowboys have drafted offensive linemen in the first round 3 of the last 4 years, which has its own issues, but may have found the very best player they have up front in the 3rd round. Bleacher Report's Mo Moton called second-year starting center Cooper Beebe the franchise's most promising building block after the former Kansas State star started 16 games as a rookie in 2024. Over the past several years, the Dallas Cowboys have seen multiple starters at center, a once stable position when Travis Frederick lined up in that spot, Moton wrote on July 5. Following a few years with Joe Looney and Tyler Biadasz, Cooper Beebe has shown signs he can be the long-term starter in the middle of the offensive line. According to Pro Football Focus, Beebe, 6'4" and 335 pounds, ranked 20th out of 64 eligible NFL centers in 2024 with a 65.4 overall grade. He was also one of 3 rookie centers who seem like they could be around for a while alongside Pittsburgh's Zach Frazier and Tampa Bay's Graham Barton. One of Big 12's greatest OL of all time. Beebe left Kansas State as one of the greatest offensive linemen in Big 12 history. Playing guard, he was a 3-time All-Big 12 pick, 2-time All-American, and 2-time Big 12 Offensive Lineman of the Year in 2022 and 2023. At the NFL Scouting Combine, Beebe ran the 40-yard dash in 5.03 seconds, essentially blazing speed for a man of his size. wide-bodied guard who has been a model of consistency over the last 4 years, dialing in a very firm brand of football, NFL draft analyst Lance Zierlein wrote in his pre-draft evaluation. BB's experience, girth, and drive-blocking talent should make him a long-time starter who can step in right away. The Cowboys took BB in the third round, number 73 overall, of the 2024 NFL Draft and signed him to a 4-year, $5.93 million contract, the same year they took offensive tackle Tyler Guyton in the first round, number 29 overall. Cowboys just can't have nice things. While we all love offensive linemen, taking them in the first round in 3 of the last 4 years isn't indicative of any sort of strategy we can decipher. You have to spread it around. The Cowboys have not. Drafting 2-time Pro Bowler Tyler Smith in 2022 can't be questioned. Drafting Tyler Booker at number 12 overall in the first round in 2025 filled a need after guard Zach Martin retired. It's not clear why the Cowboys felt the need to draft an offensive lineman in the first round in 2024. Maybe it's just a lazy scouting department. The Guyton pick is especially underlined after he seemed lost as a rookie and, within the next 10 picks, Super Bowl hero Cooper DeJean, wide receiver Ladd McConkey, 1,149 receiving yards, and interior defensive lineman Braden Fisk, 8.5 sacks, all came off the board and all went on to star for their respective teams as rookies. The Dallas Cowboys must deal with tough positional battles, and head coach Brian Schottenheimer plans to lean into the Cowboys' past. Also, here are 2 sneaky Cowboys trade candidates entering the team's 2025 training camp. One area where the Cowboys may have the ability to make a trade is at the running back position. It appears to be a 4-man battle with Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Jaden Blue, and Deuce Vaughn in the mix. The Cowboys could cut one of those players, or they could make a deal. Cowboys could trade RB Miles Sanders. It makes sense for the Cowboys to settle on a starter and have Blue get a decent amount of touches in a secondary role. If the Cowboys split carries between Sanders and Williams, it won't leave many scraps for Blue. And right now, it appears Williams has the inside track to start at the position. That's true even though ESPN.com scoffed at the idea of Williams solving the Cowboys' backfield issues. Why replace Dowdle with a back who has averaged 3.7 yards per carry and posted the league's 5th worst success rate since returning from a multi-ligament knee injury in 2023? Bill Barnwell wrote, "The Cowboys would probably argue the move makes sense because of Williams' range of abilities. There's a case that he is a more complete back given his body of work as a receiver and pass blocker. Dallas didn't necessarily trust Dowdle with pass blocking until the second half of last season, when they named him the full-time starter. As for Williams' part, he says he's ready to rock, according to DallasCowboys.com. I feel completely like myself," Williams said. "I probably can get more flexible and things like that, but as far as healing up, that I feel like is done. It just depends on who you are, it depends on your body, mine might take this amount of time, but somebody else might be different," Williams said when asked about his recovery. "It's a lot that goes into it that people don't really understand. Just to be back out here and have another opportunity and chance to show myself, I can't ask for nothing else." So, where does that leave Miles Sanders? He's coming off 2 subpar years with the Panthers and said he wants to put that behind him, according to CowboysWire.com. "These last 2 years, I don't really have much to say," said Sanders of his time in Carolina. "I guess I'd say I handled the situation as best I could. There were a lot of things out of my control that I would not like to speak on and just keep it in-house, so I'll just keep it at that."